Latino migrants crossing the Rio Grande dividing Mexico from the U.S. is a common sight. But what is less common is Chinese migrants making the same dangerous attempt. This woman says it took her a month to get here. The number of Chinese migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border has increased sharply. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, nearly 10,000 crossed on foot from October to April, compared with just over 2,000 who crossed in fiscal year 2022. This man goes by only his surname, Jin, for fear of retaliation against his family in China. Back home, he worked construction and struggled financially.
It's really hard to survive in China.
He traveled for 42 days through South America to the U.S.
This trip is really tough. Everyone's feet got lots of blisters, emotionally and physically. It's all very, very tiring.
Many Chinese migrants take similar routes, flying from China to Turkey and then to Ecuador because of its relatively loose visa policy. From there, they travel by foot and bus through South and Central America to the U.S.-Mexico border, some paying a guide or asking for directions along the way. In response to VOA's request for comment, the Chinese embassy wrote, "The Chinese government has always opposed illegal immigration and adopted various measures to stop illegal exits." This video, shot by VOA Mandarin, went viral on Chinese social media, prompting the former editor-in-chief of China's state-run Global Times to respond on Chinese social media Weibo. He wrote, "China is progressing rapidly, and now the vast majority of Chinese people don't need to take the risk of swimming across the border river." Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley says about a month ago, some 100 Chinese migrants a day were arriving here at this Texas shelter. This man from Shanghai made the journey with his wife and daughter. He's using a pseudonym, fearing retaliation from the Chinese government.
All Chinese people know our Chinese government is too powerful and too controlling.
Some of these migrants say they heard about the South American route through postings on Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, where those who have made the journey describe what to bring, where to meet a bus, and where to find bathrooms and food. This man, who chooses to use only the name Wang because his parents are still in China, explains why he left his homeland.
I don't have any hope for the future of China. I feel like it's going to get worse, going back to the time of the Cultural Revolution.
Professionally, what I did in China is not valid in the US. I'll need to find low-level jobs. Work that Americans don't want to do, we'll go do. I'm already mentally prepared.
Many of these migrants say they plan on moving on to New York or California, where many Chinese live, to face the challenge of surviving in a new land. For Hailun, Mo Yu, Ning Lu, and Victor Hugo Castillo, Elizabeth Lee, VOA News.